All right, hockey fans, here we go. Game one, Washington versus Carolina. You can see where my loyalties lie. Kyle's got Washington. We can't root for the same team. So one of us had to go one way, one of us had to go the other way, and so there's that. So what are we going to see on the ice today? Now, well, I can guarantee you one thing. I promise 100%, I can guarantee there's one thing that will not happen tonight, and that is there will be no controversial hits by any members of the Florida Panthers. That said, Tom Wilson, you never know what he's going to do, but he's not necessarily usually a dirty guy. He's just a pain in the ass type of guy. Now, the Canes have been there, done that over the course of the recent seasons. Washington won the Cup, hadn't won around until just recently. So as much as you would think Ovechkin and those guys aren't really new to playoff success, I don't know how many people are left on that team from when they won the Cup. 2018 was it, right? So what are we going to see? I don't know exactly what we're going to see between these two teams, because on one hand, Carolina that's usually Carolina's style. Now, Washington is capable of scoring a bunch of goals, but they're also capable of exceptional defense. So I think you're going to see one of two things in any given game. If Washington starts getting some goals, if they start putting pucks in the back of the net, I think you could see 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 Washington routes. If Carolina can keep all of these games close and keep it 2-1-ish, we might see some double overtime, triple overtime, quadruple overtime. You get the idea. We're probably going to see a little bit of both. Now, in my bracket, I picked the Canes because I figured, what the hell? I had already picked Montreal, so I'm just going to continue to pick Washington to lose until they do or they don't. I'll just put it that way. So Logan Thompson survives everything and comes back, the Bionic Man. We have a clone machine for Forsling here in Florida. They might have used that. We might have let them borrow the clone machine. I don't know why we would do that. I don't know why. So Carolina, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is not only to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, but at least win a game. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging. It's just at some point when you go 0-12 in your last 3 Eastern Conference Finals, that's your challenge, just to win a game. It just is what it is. Now you have Washington in front of you. We've seen some game ones in these playoffs, especially with the Panthers. We've seen some game ones that are just nothing like what the rest of the series is going to be like. Wouldn't be surprised to see Washington win this one heavy. 7-2. I know that sounds crazy against Carolina, and it probably won't happen. But if it does, you heard it here first. I didn't put money on it. All right, so I might have been wrong about the 7-2. I meant shots. No score after one. So I think we see which game this one's going to be. Carolina came out with a lot of moxie out there, getting more shots on goal. Both goaltenders playing well. A lot of choppy neutral zone play. Just everybody feeling each other out for game one. Very, very much the opposite. If you've watched the Panthers' first 2 series, the first 2, very much the opposite of the game ones that Florida has played. Nice, not calling it a snoozer, but if we're here triple overtime scoreless, wouldn't be shocked either. All right, let's move on to second period. Oh. This is going to be a long, kind of boring 7-game series. Jeez. It's 1-0 Washington after 2. Protas gets 1. For some reason, Carolina keeps testing Logan Thompson's glove, and he's not having any of it. It's really interesting. They're not getting a ton of chances, but when they are, Thompson's ended up flashing the leather all over the place. And it's the same thing, different day for Carolina. Good team, good defense, goaltending, playoffs come, and they just can't put the puck in the back of the net. It's over and over and over and over again. And while they're close enough to be in the same caliber as Washington, All Washington's really going to need to do is get a couple of goals each game, and they could win this series 2-1, kind of like Florida did. Kind of like Florida did when we didn't sweep them, according to Rod Brindamore, but every game was just a one-goal tight affair. But if your biggest struggle is scoring, that said, I'll probably be sitting here after the first, second. How many overtimes are we going to be here tonight? You got to figure Carolina's going to get one. All right, let's move on to the third period. But I have a feeling, well, yeah.
We are going to overtime!
What did I tell you? What I say? Kyle's not happy. This one could go 4 overtimes. Maybe not, but you never know. So the Mikko Rantanen trade tree saga continues. Imagine you're the Washington Capitals, and you see that the Canes get Rantanen, and you're like, shit. And then they trade him, and they're like, ah! And then Stankoven is the dude that gets the tying goal. And Washington, I mean, not that Washington hasn't shown up, but I don't even think they got 15 shots on goal in the whole game. The whole game. So it's getting nasty. It's getting chippy. Carolina has about 150 shot attempts. I believe that at last count, Washington's blocked more shots than Carolina has shots on goal, but it's 1-1, and that's all that matters. It's all that matters is the score. Nothing else matters. So this could either end real quick, or I could be here a long time. Because game ones, when you're playing the Canes, sometimes it goes on and on and on and on and on. So hopefully, let's pick a winner. Let's say Washington. I hate to say this because I got the Canes jersey on, but Tom Wilson in overtime for the Caps win it in the second overtime. That's a bit of a specific guess. I hope I'm wrong. But that was quick. Jeez, come on, get it right. Wow. Slavin from way, way, way downtown. When you look at the shot of the goal from behind Logan Thompson, behind the net, you can't even see Slavin. It's like he's there, and the puck just comes through, and I think it goes like through Jarvis and just barely gets in 5-hole on Thompson, who just probably didn't even ever see the puck coming. And Carolina gets out of Washington with a one goal game, 1-0. That's what I'm trying to say. 2-1. I thought we were going to be here a long time. There was always going to be some kind of schmucky goal like this, but usually those things don't take place so early on in overtime, but either early or late, right? So we'll take it. We didn't need to stay up till 3 in the morning, but this series is going to be a long 7 games. This ain't the first or the last. Well, it is the first. It's not the last overtime game these two teams are going to play. And like I said, nobody going to be surprised if there's a 2 or 3 or 4 overtime. Who knows how long these suckers are going to go. Washington held the lead for as long as they could, but generally speaking, you need to score more than 1 goal in the playoffs to win. It's a rare one. I know Florida beat Tampa the other week, a couple weeks ago, 2-0, because the second one was the empty net. But that's a very rare thing to get a 1-0 shutout in the playoffs. And the Canes just kept firing away. Before the start of overtime, I think it was 91 shot attempts. And I think Washington had like 31 block shots. That's going to take its toll, too. But that's what you have to do with Carolina, right? Because they just shoot the puck. And that's how they won this game. They play absolutely locked down, shut down D. If they get the right goaltending, eventually they get enough pucks on net and one goes in. And they got a 1-0 lead in this series. I would expect Washington to even it up. But that's going to be a tight series. I don't know what's going to happen with champs and the Leafs. 2 extremely, very different series. It's absolutely different games that we saw. So, all right. That's going to do it for tonight. I'll have this up and out tonight. And to give you some contrast to the different games, it's already 2-0 Vegas. Vegas already got 2 goals. So that game, the game between Vegas and Edmonton, that's going to just be flat out fun. So we'll try streaming some of those games as those series goes on. So, all right. Appreciate all the support. Thank you all coming out for the stream tonight. I will see you live tomorrow at noon, and then tomorrow, 7 o'clock. It should be fun. Everybody should be calm. It should be cordial. There should be no animosity between Panthers and Leafs fans. It should be sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and puppies. I'll see you tomorrow.